Okay, the monkey has pushed the button. Apparently everything's okay. Alright. Hi guys. Okay, another one of these stupid videos for you. It's primarily for Simon's benefit. Okay, Simon, as you can see, I have populated 3 of these, well, mostly populated, I've populated 3 of the boards with the red and the green LEDs. Okay, I'm now starting the populating the front LEDs, and there's some things which are specific to these front ones which you do need to know when you go to assemble them. Okay, first of all, as I said, what you want to do when you do the red and the green, you want to start with the green, okay? Start with each side of the green. Put an LED in each corner, okay? So you put 4 at a time in. Put them in, flip it over, solder it, do as I showed you before. Then you go with the next 4. Same thing, each corner. You keep working till you work your way all the way in, okay? As you go along, you adjust it, fine-tune it. Get these puppies as straight as you possibly can. You will notice it if they are too far out, okay, because these are LEDs. You will notice it. It won't be so much apparent from the bottom because that's towards the bottom and you don't really get a straight-on view. But from the front, it is fairly critical. Okay, so anyhow, with the front ones, what you have to do is this. Now remember, there's like 2 LEDs on here. Yeah, there's 2 LEDs which the polarity is the opposite of the rest of them. But what you do here is I got my LEDs here in a nice little holder. Take your LED out, start from one side, work all the way to the other. I did put this one in the 2 oddball LEDs just so I didn't get confused, and that would be on the lip lights here in this orientation. That would be this second one and this 14th one. But anyhow, what you do, look at the legend on the PCB, find your flat spot. I found my flat spot, it's facing this way. I know the leads have to bend down. Just take and bend these down with your fingers. And what you're trying to do is make sure, it's difficult to do, try to make sure that the leads are, once they're bent down, that your leads when they come out of the casing here are horizontal. Don't have them like this, or it's going to screw you up. Okay, and the reason for that is that at the top of the LED, there's a manufacturing I don't know what the hell to call it, but anyhow, there's a slight difference in the material right after it comes out of the casing. You're actually going to be using that to your benefit, because normally what I do is, now I got my long lead, I line it up with the positive and then the negative, and I slide this down in. Now that anomaly is only going to allow the LED to go down, you know, not all the way. That's where using that to your advantage comes in. What you have to do is you have to press this in, and it is somewhat tricky. You just kind of wiggle it a little bit, and you kind of feel it go into the PCB, into the plating of the hole. You'll know when you've got it right when you can look, and what I have here is I actually have a pair of small needle nose that I just pull gently downward on each LED to seat them in there, and that actually locks it up pretty good. It can't fall out. But what you're looking for is you're looking that the bottom of the LED, that lip at the bottom, you're looking that that is touching the PCB and that the LED itself is facing forward. Okay, and what you do, tweak your LED now. Get it lined up. Make sure your spacing's equal between all of them. Make sure it's in the, you know, pretty good shape. Okay. And then what you're going to want to do, very important, clean the tip. Okay. You're going to want to flux it. Make sure you have flux on here. Okay. Dip your tip in flux and solder. And keep the heat on it for a little bit longer than you normally would. Same thing again, flux, solder the other side. You notice I kept the heat on there about a second longer than I normally would. There's a reason for this, and that's so the solder flows through the plated hole. Clip the leads. The solder flows through the plated hole. Okay, and I won't be able to show you on this video. Now I'm looking here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a dome of solder on the leads, and it actually looks pretty good on the one, but the other one, it didn't flow all the way down through. So what I'm going to do again is I'm just going to hit it right on the back side with just a small amount. I'm actually going to hit both of these. Do it fairly quickly on the top side, because remember, your leads are so short you don't have any heat sinking going on. Okay, and what you want is you want basically a solder bubble or dome on the top side. This will help to keep that LED locked in place against vibration, so it doesn't, you know, if it hits anything. Now you can still move it a little bit, you know, up or down, left or right, but basically that helps to support the entire thing. And again, rinse and repeat. This is what you do throughout the whole thing. You want to start at one side, go all the way down to the other. This way you can get to the backs of these things when you need to do that reinforcement if the solder did not flow through and create its own dome. When you're assembling these, you'll also notice too that same dome phenomenon happens on these spacers, and sometimes that's an issue. You have to reheat it until you get all of that heated up, even that top dome piece, before the LED actually moves into place. So anyhow, that's what you got to do. Okay, that's it guys, enough for my boring video. Bye for now. By the way, did I mention that this still sucks? Okay, and the monkey pushes the button.